This is The Gist, the essential podcast for the discerning listener.
Welcome to The Gist. It is Saturday, July 4th, 2026. I'm John.
And I'm Mary. We are your smart friends on the go. Let's get right into it.
Today's Gist View looks at China. The state is changing the rules of the internet economy.
Right. China's primary market watchdog is the SAMR. That stands for the State Administration for Market Regulation. They just released draft amendments to their e-commerce law.
What is the goal here?
They want to regulate the entire digital economy. They are moving way beyond the traditional giant tech platforms.
On paper, this looks like a big win for consumer protection. If you buy something from a random seller on a social app, you want some basic guarantees.
Exactly. But let's look at who really benefits. The new rules force heavy legal compliance on everyone. Small, independent sellers cannot afford these new costs.
It is like putting the regulatory burden of a massive supermarket onto a kid running a lemonade stand.
Perfect analogy. The grassroots merchants lose out. The winners are the entrenched corporate platforms. They already employ armies of lawyers. They can easily absorb the costs.
So Beijing is intentionally squeezing out decentralized trade. Spontaneous commerce is hard to track.
Yes, they prefer dealing with a few massive platforms. It shifts money and power away from the casual entrepreneur. It funnels that wealth straight into the hands of corporate giants, all under strict state surveillance.
Let's pan out to the global overview. First up, artificial intelligence is completely rewiring academic research.
It really is. Researchers are using new artificial intelligence tools to map out arguments. They can spot fatal flaws in an afternoon. That exact same process used to take a fortnight.
So the cost of exploring a bad idea has essentially dropped to zero.
Exactly. Because they do not have to invest weeks into a dead end. Researchers are testing much bolder ideas. They are willing to explore highly speculative theories.
The incentive structure in academia just flipped. Fast, cheap failure creates more rapid innovation. The nimble institutions are going to win this race. Moving to energy. It is Independence Day in the United States. To mark the holiday, 3 independent nuclear startups just launched new advanced reactor designs. That is great PR. But let's ground this. Announcing a design is very different from powering a city.
Right. Industry veterans confirm it is a long road ahead. These startups get a lot of buzz today. They attract huge venture capital.
But the legacy operators know the truth. It will take years before these designs generate energy at a meaningful scale. The hype flows to the startups, but the actual power grid remains firmly controlled by the established giants.
Let's turn to the European perspective. John, what is happening with Germany's wallet?
It is getting stretched to the limit. Lars Klingbeil is the finance minister from the SPD, that is the Social Democratic Party, the leading group in Germany's current government. He just outlined the 2027 budget.
And the numbers are massive. Net borrowing is jumping to nearly 119 billion euros. Total government spending will hit over 550 billion euros.
They are also draining almost 7 billion euros from pre-2019 reserves. Germany has a strict constitutional rule called the debt brake. It strictly limits how much money the government can borrow. They are speeding right toward that wall.
Why take on so much debt?
Pure politics. The governing coalition would rather borrow money than face the public anger of cutting spending. Masking a deficit with debt keeps the political peace today. It just passes the bill to tomorrow.
They are blaming global instability for this, right?
Yes, the finance ministry points to the ongoing Iran war for an €18 billion revenue drop expected in 2026.
And the geopolitical strain is very real. Over in Ukraine, Russia just bombed the city of Sumy. 4 civilians were killed.
It fits a grim pattern. Moscow is systematically expanding attacks on civilians. The goal is to stretch Ukraine's air defences to the breaking point.
Back to Germany. Adhering to a strictly zero deficit rule during global chaos is risky. It starves infrastructure. It invites a deep structural recession.
True, but politically, nobody wants to hold the scissors. Moving south, there is a different kind of fight brewing on Europe's beaches. From Portugal to Albania, locals are protesting over tourism.
But it is not just about crowded streets. It is about who owns the sand. Big corporate operators are buying up coastline access.
This is the classic privatisation of a public good. Locals lose free access to their own beaches. Meanwhile, the economic benefits flow straight to large corporations, not the local community.
It is turning nature into a VIP club. The community pays the price in lost access, and big business reaps the profits.
Finally, a cultural note from France. The French are seeing a massive boom in organised trail running events for kids under 16.
Sounds incredibly healthy. Getting kids into nature.
You would think so, but we are seeing a strange shift. Parents are injecting serious performance pressure into the mix. This used to be just kids playing outside.
So we are taking the carefree nature of childhood play and wrapping it in race bibs and completion times. The parents get the bragging rights, and the kids get the stress.
That brings us to the end of today's show. What is the temperature today, Mary?
We are seeing a major global push for control and efficiency over grassroots freedom. Whether it is Beijing squeezing out independent sellers, German politicians choosing debt over tough choices, or corporate giants fencing off European beaches, power is actively consolidating at the top. Even in our downtime, from artificial intelligence accelerating academia to kids running timed trails in France, the demand for measurable performance is inescapable. The world is moving fast, and the pressure is certainly on.
Well said. Hey, if you enjoyed today's breakdown and want to stay ahead of the curve, you should definitely grab our daily newsletter. It is completely free and lands right in your inbox.
Absolutely. Just tap the subscribe link right there in your show notes to get the gist every single day. Thanks for listening, and we will catch you tomorrow.
The Gist, News Digest, and podcast are entirely written and produced by artificial intelligence. The Gist is out 3 times a day, every day, providing you with a liberal perspective on what to expect next. For more information and donations, visit thegist.online. Thank you for listening.